Thank you and good morning, everyone. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers for organizing this very important event of Pact Next. When about, I think, 3 months back, so I received a call from Aditi and she told about this event. So initially I was wondering that what role I have to play. But when she shared the details and I found the importance of linkages between the environment, natural resources and other challenges with the packaging industry, that is very, very important, because otherwise in this meeting, which is primarily business to business meeting, the aspect or integration of the environmental aspects, now seeing the challenges related to the environmental issues has become very, very important. As we know that resources, just now Dr. Saha, from the packaging expert, you can say one of the founders to guide the roadmap of the packaging industry in the country and to set up the standards, very wisely or very elaborately summarized the various sources of packaging, ranging from the metals and then evolving through the glass and paper and then plastic. And certainly with the advent of the plastic, we thought it is something wonderful thing, and we kept on using it into various packaging, and it was ease of packaging, ease of, you can say, use by the consumers, and that's why the industry kept on growing. But at the same time, we didn't realize that how to have its disposal when after the life cycle assessment, when the end use is there, what harm it is doing to our environment. The very environment which we need for our survival, we need clean air, we need clean water, and we need healthy soils, so land health. So if we don't cater to the end use of the, you can say, packaged material which we use for our comfort level and as a consumer, now with the vast population increase, and Dr. Saha mentioned that by 2100, with more than nearly 11 billion population, 1/3 will be occupied by the Indian and Chinese. And again, with the growing, you can say, the development and economic growth, the consumer goods use, that is increasing. And that is certainly bound to have more and more demand of the various type of packaging materials. And consumer wants ease of use and how to, because you have various type of requirements of various industries. I am happy to see that we have here from the diversified sectors, ranging from the pharmaceutical, ranging from the electronic sector, food and beverages sector, the various sectors in which the packaging has to be, now there is a need of the hour to have an intelligent packaging, sustainable packaging, and also that packaging should be in such a way that at the end use, it should not degrade the environment further. Again, the aspect of the collection of the packaged material once you use the product. One aspect is whatever is the packaged material, we can try that presently whatever proportion of, you can say, the plastic is we are using, through the intelligent design and the smart R&D, how can we reduce the use of content of that? Because suppose, for example, if you are using, say, in a particular product, say 1 kg of plastic, or for the same type of in packaging, if you can reduce it by 20, 30, 40%, and with the same desired result, and so that consumer is also not adverse to that, and it is also ease for that. And some of the places, especially the single-use plastic, when we see, especially for the hospitality industries, and especially for the offices also, if we can just reduce the consumption of the PET bottles itself. Why can't, if we remember in the past when we had not polluted our sources of water that much, We all have been witness that we could go and drink water from any of the tap. Now in the present generation, if we ask our children, they will refuse to just to any public place to use that water. But we have been from that generation where we hardly used to think that we can have some sort of a bottled water and then it has to be poured and then you have to drink. But now times have changed. Why it has changed? Because we have degraded our environment ourselves. The water which we try to drink, we want to be sure that it has to be, does not affect your health. And overall, when you see that urbanization also, the unplanned urbanization in which when you plan that lot of water requirement, you plan that whatever is the water availability and whatever is the water requirement, there is a huge gap, and while planning we don't take care of that. So again, another aspect is the extended producer responsibility. So the producers who produce various type of goods, they also have to ensure how to comply with the various types of rules and regulations. Rules and regulations are one aspect. The government has come out with the number of regulations related to the plastics, related to the waste management, related to the e-waste, biomedical waste, a lot other type of waste. And again, when we talk of the waste, in all these various sectors, the packaging plays a very important role. And after the use, how they are finally disposed of, and how, again, Professor Saha also mentioned the problem related to the multi-layered preference of the packaging, and then challenges of, you can say, recycling it compared to the single polymer. Again, the data now with the present age, when we have IT and artificial intelligence at the top, how to have ensure that we can keep our environment and surroundings very, very clean. So these are some of the challenges in which when the theme today, and again, when you want that in this business to business event, the one industry, one voice and one day. So I think all the players in the packaging industry as a total, they will also feel responsible towards the, you can say, their duty, which is also enshrined in our constitution also as one of the fundamental duty. If you remember a little bit the Article 51A or C, I think. So I think, remember that also, that this is also a fundamental duty. Certainly, the private players, the business sector, they want to optimize their profit. And especially, and when the data and statistics provided by Professor Shah, the quantum of potential in having the business of the packaging industry itself, I think $1.169 billion by 2030 you mentioned. And that itself speaks that if you can convince the producers of the various type of products that investing in the packaging, and also another aspect is now packaging is also linked to the various e-commerce, because if you see the e-commerce, the Swiggy, the Zomato, what type of day-to-day needs in the household itself at any time with the ease of convenience, you can just put an order and that through the Blinkit and all, everything is delivered at your doorstep. But at the same time, these responsible companies also, they should ensure that the packaging in which all this food is packaged for your consumption, that has to be in such a packaged material that it should not harm the environment. Another aspect which I would like to highlight, that here what we are meeting with the top players in the packaging industries related to the various top businesses ranging from the pharmaceuticals, hospitality industry, food and beverages and all. But at the same time, you think, then we have a population which will grow, and especially with the Indian population, and we have more and more population apart from the urban areas, we have in the small towns and villages, where also these consumer goods or FMCGs, they are having their increased outreach, and now more and more consumer base is likely to be increased in future. But there you can say the small vendors, they also have the challenge, because at the small towns and all, the type of consumers, or you can the affordability of the consumers, vis-a-vis the cost of the packaging through which they were have to sell their product. Just 2 days before, I just flew from Lucknow yesterday, and Lohia Park, I was having a tea with the vendor, and that he had started along with the morning tea, some local kachori and that type of thing, and he was offering that in some sort of a plastic sort of a thing. So I told them that why don't you switch to some eco-friendly packaging thing, because otherwise why are you using this? He told the affordability and because the pricing is one of the factor. So again, these big companies, when they also have a commitment toward the CSR, the corporate support, under the CSR funds, you can think of the adoption of the some small towns and cities, sorry, where you can support through the CR system some sort of a subsidized packaging material at the local level of vendors also. So that I think can be one of the key takeaways in which I think you all can collectively think that how one thing is certainly the sustainable intelligent packaging, but how to have it increased geographical base within the country so that in the small towns and cities, which is still cater to the, you can say, the resource base of the various businesses, because these resources are not finite. If we continue to degrade them in future, the business cycles itself can be affected. One of the important aspects which we witnessed during the COVID times, where every activity came to the standstill. So these are some of my thoughts, and I am really happy once again and thankful to the organizers. Initially, I was wondering why I have been invited as a chief guest for this some business-to-business discussion and dialogue. But when I went to the theme, so I thought it is very, very important. When I was in International Union for Conservation of Nature as a country head of India, there also we used to have one program of the Leaders for Nature program, in which various corporates were used to participate, in which we used to sensitize them to integrate the sustainable practices into their businesses, so that they don't harm the biodiversity further. They also address the climate change aspect. And for that, we used to organize the in-company sessions, because as a top of the organization, you may be quite aware about all this talk regarding sustainability and the climate change. But the employees or the workforce which is actually engaged in the business, they are not exposed to such things. So those some sort of a in-house, you can say, sessions for capacity building, awareness and sensitization at every level, that is also need of the need of the hour. So adoption and supporting sustainable choices in the packaging industry, and supporting basically, especially to all the geographies of the country especially. And now with the also European Union market regulations and the foreign market regulations, there is also need to have a sustainable packaging. Otherwise the product, when you go for the export, there may be various type of challenges. And now at the global level also, the new plastic treaty is likely to be signed very soon. So that I think the industry should be ready that how to deal with it, and in advance you can have a planning for that. Once again, I am grateful to the organizers for organizing this workshop or dialogue on a very, very important theme. And I think key takeaways will certainly lead a further, you can say, pathway for adoption of the sustainable, intelligent and environment-friendly packaging. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I would request Mr. Rohit to please join us here on the dais. Can we have a huge round of applause, everyone, for Dr. Vivek Saxena here? Thank you, gentlemen. Going ahead, I would now like to invite on stage Ms. Poonam Tomar, Head of Market Development, PE Primary Packaging, ExxonMobil, for her presentation on ExxonMobil Monomaterial Solutions. Please welcome her with a huge round of applause here.
Hi. By the time they are putting up the presentation. Hi, good morning, everyone. And thank you, organizers, for inviting us. My name is Poonam Tomar, and I'm the head of market development for PE primary packaging at ExxonMobil. I have around 15 years of industry experience. First things first, I'm very happy to be here in Mumbai. Because of especially the cozy weather, because Delhi is getting very chilly these days. So it's a good change of weather for me. But jokes aside, I'm extremely honored to be present here and be speaking about some of the work that we are doing in innovative solutions to enable the entire industry. See, sustainability is everybody's responsibility. And like the 12th of the 17 sustainability goals that talks about responsible consumption and production, we at ExxonMobil are constantly innovating. We are innovating to provide you solutions to grow responsibly in the industry. We are constantly innovating to provide you solutions, be it down-gauging solutions through our high-performance products, through enabling you to do more with less, and or be it solutions like where we help you incorporate recycle into your formulations, or be it solutions where we're talking about monomaterial solutions, right? So talking about one such or couple of monomaterial solutions that we have with us, we have such solutions both in polyethylene and polypropylene space, and I'm going to touch base, very high level touch base on some of those solutions today. Starting with PE film